Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. On this video, I'm going to show you how to install this head unit onto your Subaru.
Hyperspeed Media.
So this is the AWESAFE Android car audio system with GPS navigation and Apple Carplay or Android Audio with Wi-Fi capability for your Subaru. Okay, so the head unit right here works with the Subaru Impreza WRX and the STI model from 2008 to 2014. It also worked with the Subaru Impreza 2008 to 2011 model, and as well as the Subaru Forester 2008 to 2012. It also comes with this cool little trim removal tool. You're gonna need this to install it. And it comes with different wire depending on the model of your car. And this is the head unit itself. It's all fully touchscreen and seamless, so it's pretty cool. And it looks factory when we install it. It also comes with this microphone where you can clip on top of the visor when you're speaking on the phone, and as well as this GPS unit right here. You want to route this in through the dash and somewhere near the windshield. It also has this external stereo system connector. If you would like to use a subwoofer and add more speaker to your car, you could also use this. And lastly, it does come with this connector where you could plug in your rear view camera, and it does send a power signal to it as well. And that's optional if you'd like to use this. Okay, so the first step of the install is to disconnect the battery lead on the negative side. Okay, so the first step to remove the radio is to remove this whole plastic trim right here. And the kit does supply with this trim removal tool. So you want to pry the edge of it, like so. And the next thing we're going to do is remove the vent right here. We're going to need to reuse this with the new trim. So it's pretty easy to remove it. You just got clips right here where you could just pry it up and then remove the vents. Like so. You do the same for the bottom piece. There you go. Now for the next step, we have to remove these 4 Phillips screws, which is right here, 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 and here. Once we remove those 4 Phillips screws, the radio will pop out and we have to disconnect all the wiring. And now once the radio is out, there's a few harnesses in the back. You just have to disconnect it. And now the radio's out. Okay, so here's the new stereo system, and here's the factory vents. The first thing we're going to do is install the vent into the new trim. And there's like a slight curvature right here. It only goes one way anyway. So we'll rotate this backward, install the vent. It should snap into place if you install it correctly. I like to kind of tilt it from the bottom first and then snap the top one into place, like so. Now let's take a look at the back of the stereo system. You can see a bunch of connectors on the back. Right here is the main power source. Next to it is a fuse, and there's a couple other connectors for the USB port, etc. And right here is the antenna port as well as the GPS port. Okay, so the unit does come with extra harness that I won't be using. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do for my specific car model is the Forester. Is actually to go through the harness and disconnect the antenna harness right here. There you go. We won't be needing this because the new harness has an adapter for the antenna. Now here's the new harness for my specific car model. This side end goes straight into the factory fitting, like so. And then depending on your car model, there's 2 of these gray harness. One of them will go into your specific car model antenna harness. I believe it's this one on mine. And now this side plugs into the radio, And this side plugs into the power source for the radio. And this gray harness right here will not be used. The unit does come with this microphone wire. I won't be using that because the actual audio stereo system has a mic built in on the front, so they can hear you clearly, so there's no point to actually need this. And there's a couple other harness for connecting to a USB source. There's actually 3 of them that comes in the package. And lastly, here's the GPS module. You want to connect this side to the radio, and this side you want to stick this on top of your dash. The easiest way for me to mount the GPS unit is actually to go to the side right here on the right hand side, come out through the glove compartment, and then up from there to the pillars, and then onto the dash. So I mount it right there. All right, so here's the back of the radio. I'm going to install the harness to the back of the radio. I'm going to use 2 USB wiring harness. It only goes one way. And I'm also going to plug my GPS harness, which is down here. You just want to tighten the GPS harness by hand as tight as possible. And lastly, I just have to connect the powering harness and the antenna harness. It's a little bit short, so you won't be able to see it from here. So I have to flip it over and connect those 2 harnesses. And now we can push the bezel into place. And now we can put the negative lead back onto the battery. And now we can turn on the stereo for the first time. As you can see, there's the apps on the bottom right here. And I guess this detects your speed also with the GPS. And here's the music player and the navigation right here. If you hit the home button, let's go back to the home screen. This button right here goes to the Bluetooth. This is where you pair your Bluetooth. Go back to the home screen. This middle button right here takes you to all the apps. You could also install more apps with the Play Store. Let's go back to the home screen. And this button right here is to go back to the previous screen. And this is your volume control for volume up and volume down. You can also change the theme by clicking this theme button right here. And there's a bunch of themes that you could pick to choose from. I kind of like mine pretty simple, so I'll go with this one. Let's try that. There you go. You could also play videos, but I would not recommend this when you're driving. But let's play some videos. As you can see, the quality of the screen is pretty high quality. And here's the best feature of it all. You could use your phone to connect to the head unit itself, and the head unit will control your phone through Apple CarPlay or Android Auto. Okay, now I'm going to test to see how long it takes for it to boot up and connect to my phone using a wireless CarPlay. So I'm turning my key right now. And there you go. Alright guys, that's it for this video. If you'd like to learn more about the product, there's a link below and a discount code for a limited time only while supplies last. And I'll see you on the next video.
ハイパースピードメディア